And we are live. This is ARC Rosefest here with Kia. We tier tier three is racing tonight, and this is Monza
Hang
in the
on,
rain.
hang on, hang
What's
on.
going on? What's going on?
This session is hanging.
Uh,
Session will start in 000.
oh, maybe I'm just loading faster than everyone else, which is great. We can start talking earlier.
This is great. Well, no, because I see the pit lane. It just says session will start in 0.
Oh, okay, I don't
Oh,
have
and
that.
then it just went for a minute. And no, we're good. We're good. Are we good?
Good.
We're good. I
Maybe,
think it just
maybe.
started. That does not bode well.
Yeah, it's not great.
That yeah, that does not no, that's not gonna be great. Okay.
Let's see if someone goes out on track, we know that at least someone's connected.
Yeah, someone's out.
All right then, we're on.
I don't think it bodes well in terms of how broken this lobby is going to be going forward. But they are in inters. This is a wet qualifying. I can confirm to you today, right now, it is a dry race.
Oh, thankfully.
Is it though? I mean, it would be a bit longer, but it'd be a lot more funny.
Yeah, that's fair. But
I
I feel
think
like if you
Holler's really no hesitation here, just immediately going for a lap. I think he's just stuck on his dry setup and said, "Well, it is what it is," making no adjustments.
Yeah, well, that'd be assuming that he'd have a wet and a dry setup. I feel like most drivers just have a dry setup and they really hope that it's gonna be dry.
Yeah. I mean, what I used to do when I found out it was a dry race is I'd spend the first 5 minutes of qualifying googling a wet setup. And while we're in this little interlude, let's take a moment to talk about Grid Finder, one of the internet's only league searching tools. There are other tools available, but we prefer Grid Finder, and they prefer us. We also have a discount code for Driver61. Driver61 ARC will get you 25% off on checkout. And to our dear friend Van, I've already announced it as a dry race. Thank you for your late and dumb chat. Dumb. Slow. That's a special message to the fan. Looks like the bulk of the drivers getting out onto track now, but a few of them still inexplicably in the pits.
We're waiting for the track to dry out, probably.
Maybe. Wonder if it will. It doesn't, I mean, it looks like it's still raining, so that's, if anything, it's probably as good as it's gonna get. I think Hollers has just started his lap, and he's having some trouble navigating through turn 2.
Yep.
Not sure if he's gonna keep going or whether he's just going to basically take this as a sight lap for a wet line and just conserve and see where he can push and where he can't. But I mean, it makes sense if you're on inters. You know, the margin of 3 laps in the tank versus 5 laps in the tank, really not that big of a difference.
Yep, absolutely. Wet qualifying is basically hot lapping for 18 minutes. Oh,
Oh,
he
and
hits the
that's...
wall.
I saw that wheel come off and just teleport right back on. That is the magic of reduced.
We're good. We're good. The wheel stayed on my side.
Oh, and
so
Let's Talk Golf is already gone.
what is happening?
We can follow along Science Man. No, that's through Lesbo. That's exactly where Hollers put it in the wall. I think Lesbo is going to be a dangerous area.
There is also a spun car at the exit of the first chicane.
This is lovely. I mean, there's yellow flags everywhere. I don't think this is going to go particularly well for anyone.
Following 5 here. Not sure if he's on a hot lap. There's a ton of traffic, yellow flags, and everything. So it's gonna be really hard, I think, to find. Oh, and someone's in the wall, and that would be Seaway probably.
Yep.
Does he have damage?
I mean, that tech bro, we're really getting our money's worth from it. It's the same barrier over and over and over again. It's like Fife had little to no issue navigating through Ascari. Of course, these lines are, well, generously we call them karting lines, where you don't go near any of the curbs, and you don't, you just stay in the middle of the track and don't apply as much power as you would, because you're going to spin. Fife actually setting a lap good enough for P2, still 5/10 off Sir Snowman, who sets the fastest lap so far in the session. As drivers get more confident, unlike Mr. Ultra, who's just gone off in turn 1, and Curbs, who's also gone off in turn 2. I expect these times to come tumbling down as drivers either get more confident, or the ones who are not confident enough put it in the wall. Yeah, I mean, real unfortunate that this isn't a wet race. I'd love to see these guys try to get through not even like a full wet race. Those are kind of boring, but like intermediate conditions, I love it. When it's just like on the edge of slicks and inters, and like your tires heat up no matter what you do, so you're always gonna slide. It's really what makes a driver.
It does make for a good race, but it would also make for a very long race, and I don't have all that much time.
Well, Only's invalidated his last lap, but that was his out lap, so we're all good for this one. He is the driver to watch. I believe he's already secured the championship, maybe? I don't know. There was talk.
Yeah, it's still pretty tight at the top of the championship. I think there's still 5 or 6 drivers that are in contention, 3 that are actually pretty close. So, yeah, this race is really important for the championship.
Fife setting pole position with a 130.8. If you thought that was surprise in my voice, it's because it was. That's very impressive from Fife, and only, I mean, cutting Variante, but not getting invalidation. Obviously not taking advantage of that, but that was, I mean, an interesting move from him.
Yeah, it's so easy to miss your braking point in the wet. All you need is to block up for 10, 50 meters, and you're completely off, and you just go straight through the chicane.
And there are so many drivers who, when they miss their braking point, they don't really know like the techniques to abandon, so they'll just keep it, keep it braking, and it'll just brake straight into a wall rather than trying to turn out of it. It's,
yeah. That's why we have multiple tiers. People can learn and improve and then move up to tiers.
And then, halfway through the season, we realized that we should really reshuffle the tiers a lot more often than we do.
Yeah, that's fair. There's room for improvement in our process as well, not just the driving.
Yeah. I think we're just gonna... Honestly, we should just run a tier 1 and a tier 3. Let tier 2 die. Let's have it stay.
I have another car spun in Ascari. I think that was Curbs. Not sure if he was on a hot lap or no.
Looks like Curbs is having a lot of difficulty getting around the circuit. And this is, yeah, you could tell the dry setups on these cars are just understeer city for these cars.
Well, we're at Bacon Juice right now. Let's see what he can do in this car. That's pretty clean, actually. Taking a lot of curves. Surprisingly, in the wet, that can be very, very dangerous, especially in this car, but managed to keep it clean.
It's an awfully tight line through Parabolica,
yeah,
and it looks like you might be, coming for the pits.
So you see, I think maybe some of the drivers should take a more relaxed approach when it's wet, because sometimes when you're trying to drive to the absolute limit is where you make your mistakes, but driving at 90% can be a little faster, just because it's just more consistent.
I mean, I gave Kubele a lot of grief yesterday for the Kubele method of qualifying, where he just set 7 laps on soft tires and then switched to a new set at the end, just to really sight in his feel for the lap. But I mean, it's not a legitimate strategy during a dry qualifying, but it is definitely one for a wet one. Absolutely. That's I mean, just load her up with a few laps and start really dialing in where you can and cannot brake. Adjust to some of the changing conditions, but at least get used to it, and then I think you could set up for a real rager.
Yeah. On board with only. You went a little wide in Lesmo too. Let's see if you can
Ooh,
improve.
and that's sorry. Meat Shield spun on the exit of Variante, and he is facing backwards.
That is resets the track.
Actually, pretty smart in that situation. I think
Yep,
he was risking
that's fair.
a disqualification if he did not.
He's gonna wait for all the traffic to go by, or is he stuck?
Yeah,
What's
I
happening?
think. No, I think he was waiting for the Ferrari, and I think the Ferrari had issues. I'm not really sure. He's actually not going. Yeah, and he's just disqualified. Great.
Okay, well,
Whew.
maybe he didn't want to set a faster time.
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe he was in chat in Discord. I mean, your AI would take over at that point. I'm really not sure.
It's Codemasters. Anything's possible.
Well, I think what was probably happening is he probably saw on his minimap that there was a Ferrari behind him, and he wanted to wait for that to pass, and then behind the Ferrari there was something else. But the thing is, there was a large enough gap between the Ferrari and like the Haas or whatever it was, but the Ferrari was stuck in a wall, so it just didn't go anywhere, and he kept waiting for it to pass or something. I think that's probably what happened, rather than a Codemasters Alt Tab bug, because we know those are few and far between.
Yes. Well, that's a sound theory.
Looks like Hollers is coming to the end of a hot lap. He's steaming towards Parabolica, very low on battery. So I guess he used a lot during his out lap, because even like on a very hard push lap in the dry, you don't use that much.
Yeah, it looks like the rain is coming to an end, so maybe we'll see a drier patch appear.
5/10 improvement from Hollers up to P3. Nice from him. Snowman's back on top with a 200ths over only.
First snowman in the pits. We have Hollers probably on a hot lap. He's very tentative on the throttle on the exit of Lesmo. Keeping it 6th gear, really high, avoid spinning the rears. I don't know if he uses traction control or not, but that was well done.
Sorry, which driver? I can go check right now.
Hollers.
If I can only remember, what position is he in?
3rd.
He does not use traction control.
Yeah, good on him. Very smooth throttle application. Kept it under control, and he's going into Parabolica. Bit of understeer.
And only is the first to pull the trigger. He's onto the softs.
Oh, is he? I want to see that. Well, he's still in the pits for me.
Well, yeah, but I could see on my telemetry that he's fit the softs.
Let's see when he comes out, if that pays out. The track doesn't look like it would be faster on the softs right now. I feel like in this game,
no, and it looks like it's still raining. So I guess
Yeah.
this is a Hail Mary, given that he's already in P2. I think maybe, like, P2's honestly, like, I think it's the position I'd prefer to be in Monza. Like, you're set up for an inside of turn 1, and then you could just, you can Hamilton your thing. Van is asking you to show tires.
Show tires up, of course.
Fit or best, Van? If you're gonna make requests, be specific.
As another car stopped after turn 1. He's actually racing the wrong way, doing donuts. I think that's Fergie.
Holler's setting pole. I guess the last one was a cooldown lap, but that's a 129.926. Still on inters.
Close margin.
And you know, I can't help but wonder if he listened and he's actually put in a decent amount of fuel, because he does have the battery to go around for one more. It looks like he's going a bit faster this time. Does set a even faster sector 1. If he can keep it up, he might be able to make marginal improvements and even take back pole position from Pfeiffer, who sets a 129.8. Now I feel real bad for Fife. Because he's always, when he qualifies well, he's out by lap 3, and it is depressing.
So in that case, if you're 5, do you just go through turn 1, take the 10-second penalty, and try to keep it clean?
No, I think you abuse your position as league owner to just ban anyone who hits you into turn 1.
Yeah, I think that's easier.
I mean, Hollers is closing in on this last lap, and Only's dropped back onto intermediates. He was the only person who had selected softs, and it isn't looking like conditions are good enough for it. Hollers improves once again and does take that position back from Pfeiffer. And I don't think he has the battery to go again. He might do a cooldown lap and go once more. I actually can check. I forgot about this. How much fuel he has left. I don't remember where I put that.
I feel like there's a lot of track evolution right now. We might see, we might actually get a surprise podium, surprise pole position rather.
I mean, okay, Hollers has 3 laps of fuel left, so he definitely did go for the strat of just put in a whole hunk of fuel and send it. And you know what? Good for him. I'm glad he was listening.
Absolutely. Well, I'm on board with Sir Snowman. Let's see if he can... Oh, he's actually going to start a hot lap, so let's go. I'm on board with only Rye. Let's see. Only Rye taking the short line to the start-finish straight on his out lap. Not really sure that's necessary.
He's not breaking it 100%. He's going like, even at the beginning, he's starting at 100 and immediately dropping off to 75, then to 25 as he nears the corner. And that's qualifying done, I guess. People still on their laps can set their laps. Only Rye only improves by about 400ths there, and that's at this point not good enough to compete with pole position.
So what's his gap to pole position right now? We're looking at 3 tenths.
It's yeah, about 0.12 seconds.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the wrong. Yes. Let's see if he can do it.
And that being said, Hollers is coming around once again. But it does look like he's actually slower in his sectors.
Maybe the tires finally gave up.
Oh, and that is a massive improvement in Sector 3 from Only. Up 4/10 on
Sir Snowman can't improve. Neither can Tours. And who's left? We have Curbs, who is on an invalidated lap, so might as well retire at this point.
And Hollers does not improve.
So that is it. We have the grid. It's a nice race.
That we do, it is set. Meat Shield, unfortunately disqualified. Let's Talk Golf crashed before he could set a time. Mr. Ultra had his banker before he crashed out, and the rest. I mean, that's just how good they are, I guess. Thankfully, mercifully, it is a dry race, as we mentioned, and as Van, latently mentioned. But, I mean, this looks like it's going to be interesting. Only is obviously the championship leader at this junction, and I believe his closest title rival, as you mentioned, it is not secured yet. I believe his closest title rival is Hollers, who's 10 points behind, and Hollers is in P2, so this could be interesting. Perhaps Hollers is ordered by us to give up a position to... Perhaps Only is ordered to give up his position, and then Hollers just rear ends him for no reason. Maybe that happens.
Yeah, absolutely possible. Or, everyone goes around cleanly, no one pushes anyone off the track, no one spins, and
No,
we
I
have a
don't
clean
think
race.
that's going to happen. No, that's just too unreasonable.
But T3 has been our cleanest tier in terms of collisions, car-to-car collisions, I would say.
Yes, I agree with that.
So, there's hope. There's hope that we have a good race. As we are waiting for drivers to join.
While we're waiting, actually, oh boy, oh no, I just
Starts in
remembered something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I turned off the formation lap.
Well, we're about to find out.
Yeah, I did not. That's my
Okay.
bad.
Well, let's hope that it doesn't break the lobby.
Yep. See, you know what I blame it on?
Codemasters, I mean, that's fair.
No, I blame it on having to remake the lobby because Codemasters didn't let me not use my overlay.
Yeah, well, that's technically blaming Codemasters, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is always Cody's fault. After playing this game so much, if I ever had a child, I could never name them Cody. It would just, it would bring up such primal rage in me. I'd just be like, no, that's not happening. Like, a potential partner is like, oh, what do you think about Cody for a name? It's like, absolutely fucking not. That is my veto. I'd prefer, I don't know, Draxnor or something to fucking Cody.
That would be,
No offense to anyone named Cody or Draxnor. It's just you make shit games and you sound like you're a nerd.
well, there's that too. But let's see, what do we want to see in the details? Let's start with the tires for everyone. Let's
I think position change off the start is
position change. Let's do this then. And I wish
anyway,
I knew
what I was gonna say is before we get started here, as Only is really slowing down the pack here. Do you know what the best Twitter account in the world is?
I do not do Twitter, but please go ahead and educate me.
It's Bodega Cats. Do you know what a bodega is?
Nope.
It's like a convenience store in New York.
Okay.
and it's just a Twitter page dedicated to posting cats in them, and it is beautiful. Shout
I
out to
mean,
them.
it sounds less harmful than most of the content is on Twitter, so sounds great.
Well, yeah. I mean, the guy running it could be a neo-Nazi. Who knows?
That's the joys of the internet. You never know who you're talking to.
Could be a dog. Could be a neo-Nazi. You know, anything. Anything's possible as we line up for this erroneous formation lap that was not meant to happen. And if there's an issue in this lobby, I'm guaranteed it was the formation lap's fault.
And we have a very weird broadcast point of
No,
view
I love
here.
this. Who
like
cares
that?
about seeing the lights? As we are away now, steaming towards... Wow, that's not a great start for that Haas, who just immediately veers to the right, only with a dominant lead. Sir Snowman going for the move on his teammate in the Williams, but Hollers does defend fairly well, but he has a poor exit on turn 2, and that's... are they in the Williams? That's the Williams, right? Yeah, it's the Williams. And that is Latifi of Sir Snowman getting by. I can see the T-Camp colors. Mr. Ultra gaining 3 positions at the start. Mr. Bacon Juice 2 and Curbs dropping 3. Mr. Snowman does get by Hollers, as we said, on the exit of turns 2 and 3. There's already a pile up in the back as Fergie spins right to the back of the grid. Looks like there's quite a bit of a train from Hollers to Trash Panda to Pfeiffer to Torres. And no, please, Trash, don't go for a move on to Scary. No. Bad Panda. And Sir Snowman's dropping to the back. I did not even see that. Where is he? I guess he's on the exit of
currently dropping.
Scary.
So he lost in his Scary.
That's unfortunate for Nicholas Latifi.
So Kia, do you know? Oh wow, that's no wing too, so he's gonna have to pit.
Torres is side by side with Pfeiffer.
That is going to be great.
Turn 1. Pfeiffer is stuck behind the Ferrari as Torres, picking the inside, gets alongside him and just in front, and this is not going to end well. Pfeiffer gets upset by the curbs and almost tussles into Torres, but they make it through cleanly.
Yeah, all in all.
Do I know what?
Yeah, do you know where the track limit is on the exit of Ascari? I see a lot of cars going wide there, and I'm wondering if we are going to see a bunch of penalties tonight.
I do. This is Codemasters, so it is 4 wheels across the white line.
Alright then. Well, I know that in this version of Cody's F1, you can go very wide and not get a penalty. If you go just a little bit wide, then that's when you get your warning.
Yeah, it's an interesting system. If they think you're trying to cheat the system a bit, they give you a penalty. If they think you're trying to cheat the system a lot, I mean, who knows?
It's good on you then. You deserve it.
As I believe Pfeiffer gets past Mr. Ultra, or defends from Mr. Ultra. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, there's a good train there. Everyone within half a second of their opponents.
Fife looks like he's having trouble controlling his car out of Parabolica. He's kind of weaving back and forth. Probably got it under control now.
No one going for a move in turn 1?
No, they're all braking very early.
No one pulling a cheeky look on down the inside just to psych
literally the most infuriating move in the world. Like, I'm going to push very hard at the end of season meeting to get that made a warning or something. Like, I'm gonna kill you. No, I'm not. I'm gonna murder you. No, not today. And I'm gonna murder you. That's all it is. It's just playing games. Playing mind games. You know what? The only mind game I like to play is rock, paper, scissors telepathically.
Yeah, one day you'd have to teach me how that's supposed to work, but I don't really get it.
I mean, we can play it right now. There's not much track action.
I mean, actually, there's a good train there. We'll see, maybe.
I mean, there's a good train, but they're all being good boys and sitting right behind each other, line astern.
Yeah.
Go ahead, pick a rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, but when? That's the problem. Aren't we
Like, pick.
counting down?
No. Pick one in your head right now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. What was yours?
No, I'm not playing this game with you. Oh, as someone goes for a move. And now he just had the cheeky look down the inside and he aborted.
Well, I can tell you I won because I picked scissors and you picked paper.
Well, that's what you think, but I had, I don't remember, honestly. Trash Panda gained the position, defended against Tours, I can't.
No, he was going for a move on Tours. Tours defended well, and now the Alpina Pfeiffer is looking for a move on Trash Panda. Honestly,
actually, he's defending against Ultra right now, so he dropped back, probably in that chicane there.
The onboard cam for Mr. Ultra is a pretty good shot right now. But no, I was saying that Trash Panda was defending from Pfeiffer, who was looking for a move after Trash Panda failed to get a move done on Tours. Honestly, kind of surprised nobody's put it in the wall so far as Mr. Ultra just saves a little moment coming out of Ascari.
Yeah. That is weight transfer for you. We have a curbs.
Yep, that was curbs. I bet he reset to track or something because that was an awfully quick recovery. Oh, Tours going up the inside of Haulers now. Haulers dropped back significantly from Only, and that is Tours up into P2.
Yeah, that is the power of DRS on this track.
Where's Only?
Where is Only? How did we miss? Looks like he crashed into turn 1.
Interesting.
I did not see the yellow flags for that, but I mean, I guess we're immune to seeing yellow flags because they're almost permanently up.
Yeah, it's just desensitized now.
I think that's one of the reasons why people.
Oh, Mr. Ultra spins right into the path of the Red Bull, and he's going backwards on track. No! Get out of the way! Oh my God.
Well, thankfully we have ghosting, but
yeah. I'm not sure whether ghosting saved that Red Bull or not, but my God, that was honestly, I'm gonna be totally honest here, very disappointing. I was expecting something, and it didn't happen, and I'm disappointed. I feel like I'm owed a death now.
I mean, didn't you have your fair share of death and carnage yesterday and the day before? I actually watched the stream. It was pretty gory.
Yeah, so we had, actually, you know what, credit to Tier 2, over half of the grid finished, and that's the first time in a while we can say that, but it was over half the grid because 8 is slightly over half of 14.
I saw a triple DNF, I think. Was it in?
Oh yeah, no, that was great. That was great.
The Parabolica or something. I mean, how unfortunate.
Well, is it unfortunate or is it very entertaining?
It's quite funny. Let's face it. Was Pfeiffer going to go for a move on Trash Panda? Trash Panda also has the DRS, so he's probably going to be able to hold off 5 on this shorter back straight. Oh, that's an interesting line from Pfeiffer. Across the sausage curve there, you're going to lose a lot of time.
Only looks like he's hungry for a move on Bacon Juice here. Coming through Parabolica, he's got a lot to prove after that early lap crash and recovery.
Bacon Juice does not have DRS. That's going to be an easy pass.
Yep. For the braking zone, the move is already done. Bacon Juice moving up the inside for a look. Not going to happen, buddy. Not in a million years, unless you're you got some Ferrari 2019 engine power there, and then some Renault braking systems from 2019.
Yeah, or you take some of the interesting lines that we have seen in 2021.
I mean, completely legal, right? Like, Like those at least are
I think it depends.
legal.
It depends where. It's legal in Brazil. It's legal. It's not legal in
Ooh,
Jeddah.
Trash Panda getting onto the gravel there on the exit of Lesmo too, allowing Pfeiffer to close up at least a tenth on the entry to Ascari, and crucially, Hollers having no DRS is going to be contending with the Trash Panda, who is continuing to fight an unsettled car out of Ascari. Not the best exit. He was all the way over on the AstroTurf there, so not having the best of times.
Yeah, deployed a lot of energy to stay with.
Oh, Fife. Sorry, Fife just like was understeering wave wide, lifted off the power, applied it like directly stomping down on the pedal, and almost oversteered. It's magical how you can go from oversteer to understeer, as now Trash Panda gets by Hollers. A little collision on the front tire of Hollers to the rear tire of Trash Panda as they're trying to maneuver their way through turn 1.
Seaway has a little look, trying to profit from the collisions ahead.
Is Pfeiffer going up the inside of Variante?
Oh,
he's not far enough. Yeah. Thank God he braked a bit early for that. There is no way that was going to happen. They would require Hollers to be way more compliant than he needed to be.
Yeah, I think Hollers really owned that corner. It would have been really hard. I see a lot of drivers going wide on the AstroTurf. That's not going to help their exit.
Oh, and I think Fife's going to get it here on the inside of Ascari. Thank God he's got it done before the braking zone, so there's no mess like we had with Van in Tier 1. But, oh my God, Fife just saving a little snap moment of oversteer there.
I'm just having the drive of his life. Let's hope that he does not get affected by the commentator's curse.
Yeah, I mean, he's on fire, and so are his tires, given by how much they're sliding around back there. Seaway is going to be looking for a move on Hollers here, as Only's into the pits at the first. And he's going to be triggering the undercut by about 3 laps.
Seaway, he was just keep it clean, catching up on the bunch of people fighting, and then he is.
I mean, that's got to hurt for Hollers. That is the second time he's lost that position going into turn 1 in 2 laps.
Hollers gonna need to start braking later. Bacon juice right on the back of Hollers now. There's a chance that Hollers' tires are actually down the cliff.
Or, dangling from it, yelling, "Save me." But who knows? I mean, actually, I do, because I can look. He's number 5. He's at 38% wear, which is, on par with what Fife's at, and Fife is sliding all over the place, so who knows. I don't think I have tire temps here, and I don't actually know if I can get tire temps, but that might be interesting later.
It would be interesting, but we can guess from the behavior of these cars, it's gonna be pretty warm.
Bacon closes so much under braking into Parabolica. I thought for a second that was going to be a collision, but no, he's just going to get by as Fife ducks into the pits, and this is Hollers losing a 3rd position in 3 laps into turn 1. It's not a done deal yet, but it looks like it might be, but no!
Actually,
Bacon
he brakes early.
Yeah, very conservative braking from Bacon, and Hollers has put an end to his losing streak. He's not taking any more L's.
He's had enough. He's gonna recharge and try to.
Yeah, I say that as Bacon just gently taps his gearbox. I tell you exactly what went wrong there. Bacon just downshifted instead of braking in the first quarter of that braking zone.
I saw yellows for an instant in turn 1, and I saw Pfeiffer there. I think he's just exited the pit, so I don't know exactly.
Bacon going up the inside of Ascari. That was Hollers putting himself right in the middle of the road. Bacon had to take a bit of gravel to get by there. And another yellow, that'll be Curbs. And Pfeiffer just driving past. No, it's not Curbs.
It's
Meat Shield. I'm sorry, force a habit.
That's a little harsh.
I mean, sure.
Well, let's see.
I mean, I say that, but Like, meat shield and curbs, they're both very spin prone, gentlemen.
And that's why you like them on your stream.
It's always entertaining. The Ferrari and Mr. Ultra into the pits.
Hollers
And,
is out of ERS.
Yeah, this undercut by only, not, I mean, is it working? I'm not sure.
The gap is still, it's still pretty big, but I think he is currently in front of, possibly, he would probably be P4. We'll see.
Well, in the next lap is, I believe, when Jeff tells you to pit, and that is I mean, it's a massive undercut he triggered, but he's also got to, keep an eye on those mediums until the end of the race, right? They've got to last.
That's true. What do you think about Fergie? He's in good position right now. He's first of the medium runners. First, he's going to be able to, as Hollers takes a penalty, he is going to be able to go quite long into this race, and maybe there's going to be an opportunity for safety car and a free pit stop.
Yeah, I mean, Fergie is kind of our barometer as to how well Only is going to survive on the mediums. 10 laps, 35% wear. How the hell is Trash Panda? Oh, towards pit. Okay. I thought our timing screen was glitched again. But yeah, he's going to be the barometer because yeah, Fergie is 35% wear on 11 laps. So yeah, I think Only's got to do a bit of conservation to make sure his tires last competitively till the end of the race. And Torres does actually come out in front of Only, but only by a bit. By about 2 seconds. So the I mean, the undercut for Only definitely worked on Seaway and Hollers, but again, like 3 laps early, when they hit the cliff, they're gonna hit the cliff sooner.
It will really depend on how he can take care of these tires, because if he slides around like they're all been doing, it's really going to be hard.
Ultimately, I think Van probably made the right call here. I think, yeah, Net, like he's probably gonna retain or grab lead of the race at some point. He's closing down on Torres fairly rapidly, 5/10 in 2 sectors. It's not looking bad for him. And then he just has to chase down Fergie, who needs to catch back up on the softs, and the slightly more worn mediums will make it easier for Fergie, but that's barring any safety cars or anything. As Bacon Juice and Trash Panda now into the pits.
Let's see where they come out. Seaway is going to have DRS. I think he's going to be the only one with DRS on this occasion. He does not. He was a little too far behind. Let's see where they rejoin.
And Only fighting Trash Panda as Trash Panda exits the pits, Only having a little moment of slide. I don't know whether there was contact between him and Trash Panda, but Only had a moment that compromised his exit of turn 2, but he is deploying his battery, and he's getting well ahead of Trash Panda. Trash Panda, who's on 90% battery, Only on 20. Trash Panda misses his braking point, still tries to make the corner, and that's never going to work. You always want to go wide. You're always going to lose positions like that when you try to rejoin at such a shallow angle there.
Definitely. I was going to say he was coping well with the cold tires on the outlap, but turns out he missed the breaking point.
Oh, and Seaway! Oh. No, Seaway! That is the second corner in a row, the second Lesmo that he has touched the gravel on the outside. And did he just spin himself into wing damage? I hope he did.
He definitely hit the barrier, so we'll see. Damage is on reduced, so there's a chance.
Not only that, it's on double reduced.
Yes, that's true. But does it change anything really? We've seen some instances of wings completely disappearing from barely looking at a barrier.
Yeah, it's probably just the force required to remove them, not like a hard cap on how many. Plus, like you could drive into a barrier at 2 miles an hour, and then it'll just jiggle you as Trash Panda coming in on Hollers on the outside of turn 1, and that's a bit of argy-bargy. Holler's taking Trash Panda taking the Hamilton line, the Max Verstappen line, compromising Holler's as he gets passed by a Red Bull of Science Man. But yeah, we've seen like driving into a barrier at 2 p.m. and then the physics will just at 2 miles per hour, and the physics will just jiggle you until you're going at terminal velocity.
Yeah, that's great. You love when that happens.
Yeah, didn't it happen to you in Zandvoort?
I think maybe it was Van. I think I was fine in Zandvoort. I did touch the barrier and my wing was gone, but oh wait, we have contact. Holler's in the back of Science Man.
Yeah. Holler's gonna go at the outside of Ascari, probably a smart decision. Although I'm not sure about the bump and dump of hitting somebody and then taking their position. Oh, and that's no! How many cars is that? That's Mr. Ultra and Science Man. Did Fife escape unharmed? Yes, he did. Oh, thank God.
Thank God for grossing reduced. If that would have been a DNF.
Yeah. Way of passing a stricken Science Man.
He doesn't even look like he... Oh, he does not have an end plate, which in this game is a loss of about 5 seconds per sector.
Yeah, whereas in real life it means you get purple sectors all the time.
And win the race.
Of course. And the championship.
Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah, we will. It's a track of straight lines and small corners. That is literally out of the Mercedes playbook. They went to Herman Tilke and they're like, hello, we would like very long straights, very tight corners. And then Tilke went, okay, can I build a hotel on it? And they're like, yeah. And that's Meat Shield, DNF'd.
Oh, okay. He is out of the race. On track, however. What happened there?
In turn 3?
Yeah, basically turn.
Is that a
3.
mechanical DNF or a manual retirement?
Hard to say.
I'm not sure how your car could get wedged in there unless you just stopped steering and just drove directly into the wall.
Probably a case of controller disconnected.
Maybe we've had our reported share of those. Whether they were accurate or not is another story.
So much drama this year.
Was that this year? I was referring to Spa when the guy said like, "Oh yeah, my tires just my controller just disconnected," and it was like he just drove straight into the wall at like 300 kph at the end of Kemmel, and he's like, "Yeah, sorry about the safety car. My controller disconnected." It's like, were those steering inputs? And was that, like, is still holding down the throttle? Like, okay, man. Sure, benefit of the doubt.
Whatever you say.
Because I'm 90% sure if you disconnect your controller during the game, it will say, you've disconnected a controller, please hit a key to continue.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen to me.
Bacon Juice catching to the rear of Only, who's caught to the rear of Torres. Torres, the only one who's standing between him and Fergie. Fergie, who's on those medium tires, now at 50%. And I think it's about time for him to pit. If not this lap, then the next.
Yeah, 10 laps to go on the soft seems about right. And he'd be able to come out. Let's see. He's probably going to come out in the middle of that pack, but he's going to have fresh softs. So he's going to be able to attack.
An amazing display of magnetism there as Torres just jerks slightly to the right and Only goes very far to the right, which is an amazing cause and effect there. As Only does get by into turn 2. Or into turn 1 and in the exit of turn 2. But Torres is not done yet. I think he's going to fight back. He does have the battery to do so, whereas Only does not. That being said, the Mercedes of Fergie also very low on batteries at the moment.
Yeah, but that's a good thing, right? You want to dump all your battery when you go into the pits so that you recharge, because in this game you do recharge quite a bit.
You don't recharge that much in the pit lane, right? Like maybe 10, 15%?
I would have thought it was more like a 40 to 50%.
No, I don't think it's that powerful. We'll have to keep an eye on him and see.
exactly. We'll see.
Bacon Juice caught up really close to the rear of Taurus here, and Taurus still right hot on the tail of Only.
These three are going to battle out throughout the race, it seems.
All right, so Fergie pits with 21%.
Okay. Let's see where Fergie rejoins.
And he rejoins with 35.
Well, I see 41 here, so I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the lead. Yeah, there was 45 on the exit.
So we're looking at a 30 to 40%? Because he was at
20%.
basically zero hitting Parabolica.
Well, he was at 20 when he got into the pit lane.
So Parabolica gave him quite a bit, plus braking
Well,
for
the
pit
braking
lane.
for the pit lane
Yeah.
gave him a lot.
Well, now you have it.
Oh,
big
you
moment.
can't be doing there. You can't be doing that if you want to regain the lead.
Nope. He needs to dispatch Ultra really quickly here if he wants to have a chance to come back.
Yeah, he needs to dispatch everyone. 10 laps is not a lot of time to regain 7 places.
Yeah.
And I think he's trying to do it a bit too quickly. No, he isn't. That's actually perfectly timed. And I think Ultra's just got to let him have it. No. Okay, he backed
Ultra
out.
closes the door. That was pretty close.
Yeah. And, I mean, he's... No! God. That's why you don't make sudden last-minute changes.
Yep.
Hopefully they both escaped with no wing damage, but that was some argy-bargy little bumps there, and that was not fun.
Didn't look like a lot of contact from
where the hell is Fergie going? That was quite a weave and a half.
Yep. Yeah, there's breaking the toe and there's weaving. I think that was at least halfway between the two. He should be able to break free from Ultra and catch Pfeiffer in say probably 2 laps.
Yeah, I imagine he might get to the rear of Fife and get past him probably the same spot as last lap, just down the main straight.
Meanwhile, Bacon is chasing Only. However, he does not have much ERS. Only standing at around 40, while Bacon is only 28. That's not going to be an easy move.
But his tires are a lot. Well, not a lot, but they are newer, fresher by 4 laps.
It doesn't give you much on a straight line, however. It's going to be on the exit if he can put it close enough in the braking zone, which I doubt, given the amount of ERS he has.
Absolutely. Fergie on the back of Fife now, going to be going for the move down the straight.
Alright, well, I could take that back. It was half a lap, not 2 laps.
And that's was also fastest lap, but I didn't see the notification pop. It just looked like personal best, maybe? I'm not sure.
I didn't know. Notice. Let's see who gained position. So Bacon Juice is up 10 positions right now. Quite the race for him.
Absolutely.
As Mr. Ultra has quite a moment on the exit, I believe. One of the Variante.
I am expecting a thank you message for my strategy and race notes that I always provide to him, as Hollers gets by Trash Panda coming into Ascari. But Trash Panda fighting very well on the exit of it. It has to back out a bit to avoid running into Hollers and does lose the advantage he was carrying through the turn.
Can you see how much time penalty does Holler carry? That's going to be a factor.
3 seconds each.
3 seconds. So currently he would even lose a position to Fergie. Really needs to get a move on.
And Trash Panda just retakes the position into turn 1. But Trash is a terrible entry.
And he's in the gravel.
Yeah, loses that position. Fergie's gonna get by him too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Trash is gonna try to
Oh, he's
fight
defending.
Fergie on this, and it's not gonna work.
Yeah, he's on fresh tires. He doesn't have gravel on his tires. There's no way.
Yeah, he also didn't mess up his entry and exit. Bacon's still really close on the rear of Torres. Actually, sorry, Torres had overtaken Bacon. We did not notice.
So much action on this track. We just don't know where to look.
Six laps now to the end, and it does not look like Fergie's soft tires advantage is going to last that much longer.
It's still a decent comeback. He's up 2 positions from his starting position.
Yeah, I think like he's gonna get haulers on track anyway, and then maybe up to Bacon, but I really doubt he's gonna get P1.
Left. So that's just AI driving around. I don't know what's happened there. Probably a crash.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, the AI is set to 60 for tier 3 because we were like, haha, tier 3 really garbage. These guys are like, they're faster than the 80 AI we have for tier 1. So
Definitely.
maybe we need to rethink that, like that leveling system. Because like I understand the point. It's you don't want to let. We don't want a repeat of Mr. Jesus, where he was doing so well in the rain, and we're like, wow, what happened? Like, how are you so good? And he's like, I don't know. And then it was like, yeah, when I passed you, you were just in the fucking pause menu letting your AI drive. It's like, oh, did we? Huh. That's when we used to have 90 AI.
Oh, I see.
It's great.
Yeah. Well, for that reason, Only is probably going to drop a position or 2. So you could thank someone else. And Bacon has a poor exit, so he's not going to be in a good position to overtake this lap.
Just gives a little squirt, a little juice.
Yeah.
The ERS. I'm not convinced about the philosophy of tapping ERS on acceleration zones. As far as I understand, the mechanics of ERS in this game is to increase your top end speed rather than increase your acceleration to that speed, contrary to what actual electric motors do.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, in theory, you're supposed to take advantage of all that torque to get you up to speed, and it's not gonna give you a ton of overspeed. But yeah, in this game, it's kind of weird. Either way, I don't think Bacon should be attacking right now. Monza's a place where breaking the toe is pretty difficult. He's in a good position for P2. All he has to do is sit behind and charge his battery and then really go for it and open up a gap to Tours on probably the last lap.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a constant swap as Hollers does get passed by Fergie at some point through Ascari. And Fergie is on to fighting Bacon and Torres as soon as the mini sectors update and we get to see the gap. Yeah, 1.7 seconds, 3 laps. I think he can close it.
He can definitely close it. Is he going to be able to pass? These guys are looking like they want to battle in turn 1, which is your best passing opportunity.
I think, I mean, one of them's just going to crash into the other and Fergie's going to sail on to an easy P2. That's my prediction.
We could have the Red Bull of Bacon on top of the Mercedes Fergie, and that'd be basically.
Well, I mean, let's leave Fergie out of this and say he's on the top of the Mercedes powered McLaren.
Oh, okay. That works. That works.
It looks like Bacon's gonna go up the inside of Ascari and gets the move done before the braking zone even happens. And now he's on the back foot, deploying his battery. Oh no, I'm sorry. Taurus is completely out.
Yep.
Fergie with 3 seconds. Oh no. No, that's not.
Cost him nearly.
Yeah, that's gonna cost him. I mean P1 and P2 and P3 probably.
Yep. Only is so far up ahead. I think he's got this race. Can't even see the other drivers.
I think that was not really disputed. From the second
hold his
power
tires.
of the power of the undercut though is such that. Ooh. I mean, frankly, at least it's not a 25% race where you pit on lap 1, then you just bring to the end. You do the alt strategy with that too. You start on mediums, you pit to softs on lap 1, you make it to the end. That's always fun. Annoys the hell out of people in online lobbies. As Fergie is now caught up to Taurus and Bacon.
Very close.
He's going to be engaging this little tit-for-tat exchange. I really hope he doesn't go for a move here. I hope he just eases off the throttle and just rides behind and waits for the longest straight to do its work.
There's no point in doing that right now. He's not going to be able to pull a 3-second gap. He can only hope to recharge.
I think a 3-second gap is still reasonable, at least to Taurus. I think he might be able to do it in the 2 laps that remain, given, Taurus might have an issue or something, but he does have to dispatch Bacon Juice lickety-split. And it doesn't look like he's quite close enough to get that lickety-split done into turn 1, but Bacon Juice is harvesting, and Fergie is going very, very late on the brakes here. And he's just nursing a little moment of oversteer there.
Yeah, same for Taurus behind. He dropped almost a half second there.
By the way, I think this is a dub for Only, and a vice dub, we'll say. That's what we'll call it for Bacon. But P3, I think that's still up in the air.
Yep. You know, also what's amazing, I don't think we have seen the safety car or the VSC this race.
We have not, when we really should have. As, Fergie does go for the move after Lesmos down towards the sky. He gets it done even, before they could see the corner.
Absolutely. Before the camera could even spot them, he was ahead.
And, at this point, he's got a single lap to,
open up 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Either that or Bacon gets a 3-second. Everything's possible.
And he's got not a lot of battery to do it.
They're all pretty low, but that's true.
Bacon might be going for a comeback on turn 1. No, he brakes way early. He's being very cautious here.
Yeah, these drivers are too cautious. They don't cause enough crashes, and it makes it a little less entertaining.
Yeah, let me put it in perspective for you. Tier 2 started with 14 drivers and ended with 8. Tier 3 started with 14 and ends with 13.
Yeah, that's Tier 3, cleanest tier. We've said it.
Disappointingly. This is not a ringing endorsement of Tier 3. It's not entertaining, and not only that, but you guys are quick. Oh man, if Fergie only had a few more laps, he would have been able to catch Only.
Yeah. I was gonna say, look at that gap. Actually, Only makes a mistake.
Is Only out of fuel? Is he having a lift and coast here? Yeah, he is. He is. He's out of fuel. Oh, no. Van, you failure of a race engineer. Come on, top up this car.
Get passed by everyone.
This is brutal. Fergie secures the P3 because Only drops to P4. That is brutal. That is brutal for the championship. Oh my god.
Hate to see it.
I had to lift and lose 40 seconds in 3 laps in my last Tier 2 race in Singapore because I made the same mistake. Exactly because of that, I did not want to run out at the line, like just before the line, and get passed by a bunch of people. That's oh, that's gotta sting.
That's a terrible
But
thing.
oh my god, that bacon juice gets the dub. That's brilliant for him.
He does. And then Fergie with the alternate strategy gets the podium. Actually, I think that's worthy of mention. It's a good race for him. Collar's making excuses right now. He's saying didn't load his setup.
Well, at least you put fuel in it.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Oftentimes, the amount of time you gain by removing, say, 5 liters or 5 kilograms of fuel is not going to outweigh the cost of running out of fuel.
All right. I mean, that's big old dubs to Bacon Juice. I agree. He's the driver of the day. I already put that in the channel.
That's fair. Totally agree.
And now we just got to take screenshots, get the race director, and be done with this hellscape. No offense, Italy, but you suck.
Well, congrats to the T3 drivers for keeping it clean. Also, Pfeiffer finishing the race. I don't think we have seen much of him after the second half, after the first pit stops, but he finished.
And just a shock, surprise, and awe, only is blaming my formation lap for the fuel, and I can tell him confidently to blame Bife. There we go.
So there you have it. That's your T3 race, and the championship is gonna be pretty tight for the finale next week.
Yeah, tune in or don't. I mean, there's gonna be very few crashes. Maybe a lot. I don't know.
All right. Good night.